This unit is all about the power of words to make a positive change in the world. You have been using your critical reading skills, you've been analyzing text, considering perspective, and you will be learning how to develop a claim and then support it with evidence. An important skill that goes with supporting your claim and finding evidence is finding information. We need to be able to find and evaluate information effectively before we can use it as evidence for our claims. So today, we'll be talking about finding information using databases. Our learning goal for today is we will understand that information from credible sources will provide evidence for our claim. We will demonstrate our understanding by using research databases to find accurate information that relates to our topic. Credible sources are those sources we can trust, so we'll talk some about what makes a credible source, and then we'll spend time working in databases to find information that is related to our topic. Since we're going to be using databases today to find our information, I want to first talk a little bit about what a database is. We use them all the time without really knowing it. A database is a collection of information that's organized so that it can be easily searched in different ways. It's no good having lots of information if you need to sort through it piece by piece. So, databases have systems to do this searching. If you've ever seen someone organize papers into file folders, and then file folders into a filing cabinet, that is like a database. The information is organized, and there's a system to help the user find what is needed. When you use your contact apps on your phone, that is also a database. The information in your contacts list can be searched by first name, last name, maybe even different groups that you have set up in your contacts. So databases hold and organize a lot of information and let us sort through it easily. We will be using online research databases to look for information for this project. Online research databases contain articles, books, statistics about lots of different topics. And we can search those databases by subject, topic, by date, or even by type of information that we need. Why is it important to use research databases when we're looking for information? We need to find good information to find evidence that supports our claim. Credible information means that we can trust the information to be correct. So when you search on Google, the enormous amount of information can make finding exactly what you need really frustrating. There's so much that it's really hard to know what you're looking for sometimes. Since anyone can publish information on the internet, results from a Google search may include incorrect information from unreliable sources and unqualified authors. We don't always know who the people writing the information are. Also, Google ranks their results by commercial value, which means companies are paying for their links to be placed at the top of the results. So the first things we see on Google are those that people have paid for us to view. But when we use research databases, we don't have to worry about any of these types of things. We don't have to worry about being frustrated about our information. We don't have to worry about where our information's coming from because research databases provide information that is reliable and accurate. So that means that the information has been written by an expert author. It means the information has been reviewed and checked by another expert. The information from these databases comes in many formats, like scholarly journals and magazines, and articles from reference books. So this means that research databases give us higher quality information that we can trust to be accurate. Again, that's what credible means. Credible information is trustworthy and accurate. This is the type of information that we need to support our claim. This is where we're going to find the evidence that we need. So today we're using research databases because they store a lot of information and we can search them easily, and the information contained there is reliable and accurate, or sometimes we use the word credible. So how do I get started using these research databases? To get started, we're going to follow these steps that I have on the slide here. So first, you'll find the Power of Words database link either on your teacher's website or on our library website under the Class Resources tab. And once you're on that page, that looks like this, you'll see 4 different research databases that you can use for this project. Each database is a little different in the way it looks, but they're all similar in the way they work. So they're collections of information that we can search through. They're organized, they're credible, which means they're reliable and accurate. I'm going to log in first to Points of View. So that's this one down here, and when I click on it, it prompts me for a username and password. Our research databases are password protected, so you'll need to enter the username 6101 SEPJH, and then you'll need to enter the password HAEA11, and I'll repost those in just a minute so you can do this as well. But once I do this, I click Login, and then I'm going to click on the link that says Points of View. And that gets me into the database. So once I'm here, now I'm ready to start looking for information that relates to my topic. I have some topics that I can browse here. So these are different controversial issues that I might want to know more information about. I can browse by category. You can see it's kind of organized here in similar topic groups. Or I can search here by typing in the types of things I want to find, by typing in the keywords that I want to use. So we're going to go ahead and all get logged in to Points of View. So you'll need to follow these steps, and this is what I've shown you, but you'll want to start with the Power of Words Databases link, either from your teacher's website or from our library website under Class Resources. You'll click on Points of View and then use our username, 6101 SEPJH, and then our password, HAEA11. Once you do that, you'll click on the link that says Point of View, and then you're ready to get started. So I'm going to pause for just a minute so that we can all get logged into Point of View, and then we'll continue. Okay, so we paused so that everybody could get logged into Points of View. So you should have that database ready to go. Before we start searching, there's a few things that we need to know that should help you get the best results out of your search. The first thing to remember is that databases only know how to look for an exact match to what you type in. This is very different from searching in Google, when we might use a lot of words, maybe even a sentence, a full sentence or a question, to describe the type of information we want to find. Doing this in a database won't work. Databases use something called keywords, or sometimes I would think of them as main idea words as our search term. So a keyword is the main idea out of your topic. For example, if my topic is cyberbullying, that may be one of the words that I try. I may need to use 2 or 3 words to get to the information that I need. So the second point on the slide says use combinations of 2 or 3 keywords to help you get closer to your topic. I also need to think about the type of information I want to read. So once I've searched for my information, I'm going to be reading through these articles looking for evidence to support my claim. And so I need to think about the type of information I want to read. And most databases will let me select an option called full text. So we want to try to select full text as an option. And what that means is I can see the whole article online. If I don't click full text, I may get some results that are only a title or maybe a summary of an article, and those won't give me any evidence. So I don't want to waste my time looking for those. And then the last thing I want to kind of think about while I'm searching through these databases is I need to be careful about the reading level of the results and think about what would be appropriate for me to read. I don't want information that's so difficult that I can't really understand it. It's really hard to know if information supports my claim if I don't really understand what I'm reading. So we'll be looking for all those things. We're using keywords, maybe using combinations of keywords. We're searching for full text articles, and we're wanting to make sure that the reading level is appropriate. So I'm going to go back into Points of View, and let's look together at how searching in a research database works. So I'm not using questions, right? I'm using main words or keywords. My topic is cyberbullying. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and type in to start. I'm also going to probably think about some synonyms or related words in case cyberbullying doesn't bring back many results. So I know that cyberbullying is bullying that happens online. So maybe I might think about online bullying as another keyword I could use. I might try computer bullying because online bullying involves computers. I might even use the word trolling, something like that. Um, so, what I want you guys to do, just like I did here, I typed in cyberbullying. So, I want you to do that as well. And then once you get that typed in, go ahead and click on search. And every time we do a search, we need to kind of look at the numbers of results and the types of information that's there and sort of think about, is this what I want to know? Or do I maybe need to revise my search a little bit to see what else might be available? So I noticed I typed in cyberbullying. I'm pretty sure I spelled it correctly. So the database is matching for that word, but all I'm really getting are 2 results. And while these might work, I'm pretty sure there's more information out there. So I'm going to see what other adjustments I might be able to make. Over here on the left, it says refine results. One thing I do notice is it does say full text. So it's searching things that are full text. Both my results say full text. Remember, that was one of our things we wanted to make sure we get is full text articles. Here under source types, what I notice is there's all kinds of newspaper articles, there's all kinds of TV transcripts and magazine articles, but none of those are showing up on my list because it's only selecting points of view. So I'm going to change this from points of view to all results because I want to see all the results about cyberbullying. So would you do that as well? Click where it says all results. And now let's evaluate our search again and kind of see where we are. And oh man, first I had 2 results. Now I have 2,100 results. So this is probably too much information for me to have to sort through. I might get frustrated if I try to really find out or try to work through all of these articles. So what I need to think about a little bit more is how can I narrow down my topic? What part of cyberbullying am I really interested in? And what I really want to know is not just cyberbullying, like who is a cyberbully or what that means, but I want to know how does that affect students at schools, specifically teenagers. That's the group that I work with. So I'm going to add a second keyword. Remember, in databases, we're searching with keywords, but we can make combinations of maybe 2 or 3 different keywords. So instead of just cyberbullying, okay, because some of these results, when I'm looking at them, they're talking about adults, not just schools. And I really want to know more about teens and cyberbullying in schools. So now instead of just one word, cyberbullying, I have and teens. So I'm looking at both those 2 things together. I'm combining my keywords. And then I want to see if that makes it better. So would you go ahead and do that same search? Type in and teens after cyberbullying. And again, I did a search, so I need to kind of evaluate my search and see how it's going. And what I notice now is that instead of 2,100 results, I've got 324. So that narrowed it down quite a lot. So that's one thing we can remember. Sometimes using one keyword is too general. We get too much information. But if we can combine 2 or 3, we start to narrow down the types of things we're looking for. And as I look at the titles, this is saying more than half of these teens report seeing cyberbullying. Family pushes for cyberbullying laws after a suicide. How one teen's app could stop cyberbullying. So this is not just talking about cyberbullying, but it's talking about how that affects teens. And these are the types of articles I could use to get evidence to support my claim about cyberbullying. So I am kind of on the right track about this. In order to make sure that these are going to work for me, I need to open up and read them, but we're on the right track. So let's kind of review what we did here. So here's some things that we practiced. We know that databases look for an exact match to what I type in. So I used one keyword and then I combined my keywords. When my first search only brought back 2 results, I double checked to make sure I was spelling things correctly. I did check to make sure that my full text was an option. And I haven't really gotten into the reading level yet, but that would kind of be my next step. I would want to make sure as I'm reading through these articles that they are helpful to me. So after we used our second keyword when we were searching, we found some articles that seemed like they might provide evidence for cyberbullying and how it affects teens. So when I find an article that I want to use, I need a way to save that article. So to do this, I'm going to create a Google Doc, then copy and paste a link to the article into my document. That way I can go back to the article again without having to redo my search in the database. So to do this, we're going to look for something called the permanent link when we're in points of view. So this is an article that I want to use, and I've read through it and I feel like it's at a good reading level for me and I feel like it presents really good evidence for me. I'm looking for something called the permanent link. And over here to the right, here is the permanent link. When I click on that, it gives me a web address that I can copy. So I would hit Control C, and then I would go into a Google Doc. This is a Google Doc I've made to keep track of links that I find as I'm researching. Okay, I made a table, so I have one column for my links here, one column for notes that I might want to write, and then I can also write above and below this table. But now since I copied that link, I can press Control V, and now I've pasted that link into my document. I can get back to this same article that's here in points of view anytime from my Google Doc without having to log in, without having to search again. All right, so when you find something that you think you want to use, please remember to copy and paste that link into your Google Doc, because you do not want to have to search through all that stuff again. Searching can be hard work sometimes. We're doing a little bit of trial and error. We're combining our different keywords. We're thinking of different words that are related to our topic. So if we find something good, we don't want to have to try to find it again. We want to save it so we can get back to it. All right, so to do a little more practice, you're going to follow the same process of conducting a search that we just learned and try together, but you're going to use it in a different database. So this time you're going to use a database called SIRS. You'll log in with the same username and password that we used before, and I still want you to search for articles about cyberbullying and teens. Once you find one that you think has good evidence, I want you to copy and paste the link into a Google document and write a few words about how you found this and why you think it could work. As you start searching for this, remember that we use keywords in databases, not sentences or questions. Remember that we want to be sure to search in full text articles, and then to think about the types of information that you're reading. Is it too advanced? Is it too easy? Or is it kind of in the just right range? If there's an option to change that, it will say something like Lexile level, beginner, advanced, intermediate, something like that. You should be able to see an option to search for that. All right, so again, you're going to log into SIRS. You're going to search for articles that talk about cyberbullying and teens, copy and paste the link to an article that you found, and then do a little bit of writing. How did you find it? Why do you think it could provide evidence for your claim? So as we look at our Power of Words databases, this is SIRS right here. That's the one that you'll want to use. All right, so finally, to sum everything up that we've done today we learned that we need information from credible sources to find evidence to support our claim. We practiced using research databases to find this information. For your final task of today, fill in the blanks in this paragraph to help you summarize what you learned about research databases. Your completed paragraph should be recorded in your Google Doc, so you don't necessarily need to use this exact phrasing. But if you use this paragraph and just fill in the blanks, it should easily show what you learned today.